Hello and good evening, and welcome to another fantastic edition of the Final Fantasy Randomizer SpeedGaming Live 2020 Qualifiers. This is number 6 in a row for us. I am your host, DarkMoonEX, joined in the booth by Caleb. Caleb, how's it going over there tonight?
Pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this. I'm really happy to not be racing in one of these anymore, so I'm really happy to just kind of sit back and watch the show with you and see what our runners get up to with these super fast flags we have.
Yeah, you and me both, honestly. I raced a couple of these, and I'm like, I'm garbage at this. And then I just became a tournament admin, and I'm like, hey, I don't have to do this anymore. Haha. I can't race because that's a conflict of interest.
Nah, I like the flags. They're fun. They're free masa. So that's what we're working with. There's 0 loose. We have a free masa moon, and we have a free ribbon in an incentive location. So if you check all the incentive spots, you're going to end up with all the gear you need, basically. And you can see everybody looking to take advantage of that, bringing that fighter. The only big difference here we see is Sir Linkalot bringing the double red, opting to leave the white mage on the bench, and Life Reboot, our only on-stream runner, bringing the thief to get that little extra run chance. So trading early speed for little late game vulnerability there.
It is honestly interesting looking at it, because when the races first started, like Qualifier 1, Qualifier 2, the meta was to bring a black belt because of that 0 loose and the scaling where it was at. But I think people have realized that because of those free items there, and you're going to be wandering past green chests that you're probably going to grab anyway. Yeah, you may as well just bring the fighter, because the fighter brings, like, the biggest benefit of the fighter, if you're getting good gear anyway, is the fact that you don't have to level them anywhere near as far. Save yourself a lot of time.
Yeah, and with 50 to 200% bosses, like, we're looking at potential clears of Topher in the low 20s, if that. So you could probably get through this at like level 19, 20 and be fine.
Yeah.
Depending on the way magic shakes out. If we got early fast, some tempers, we find like a power gauntlet, yeah, we can make this work at like level 18 probably.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you have the tempers and the fast, a fighter can be viable at level 18, whereas a black belt, even with a Masamune, doesn't really get viable until like 28, 29. Yeah. That's a huge experience difference in this game.
Yeah, and I mean, we correct me if I'm wrong. Do we have what are the spike tile situations here? Are we working with B sides, or are we working with A side spike tiles here?
I think it's just a shuffle, so it's going to be like the wizards, the eye, all the stuff you're used to, just in different locations.
Well, at least our runners will know. Confirming in the flags, we do have vanilla spike tiles, so at least our runners will know where the viable grinds are in the ice cave and the volcano. But whether or not the eye and Agama rolled low, that's yet to be determined. But I've also found, like, when I was doing my 3 qualifiers, there isn't really much of a need for a grind if you take kind of the fights as they come. And here we go, we're off and running.
Yeah. Not with that fighter, no. The grinding is a whole lot less substantial. Got us a Cure 4 that's learnable for basically everyone. That is absolutely lovely. Fast, lock, and a sweeper fire too. I'll take that at low levels. That's very nice.
Yep, that's our early startup magic now. Harm 3 is also pretty good. If we brought the white mage, that will help give the white mage something extra to do as we go into Marsh Cave, as we go into ice. Possibly even ordeals if we're not ordeals, Temple of Fiends if we're looking for what's in those first 3 boxes. I don't think any of our on-stream runners are going to open those boxes. And there's our first look at the vendor item too, a ruby for sale for $21.52.
Not bad. Maybe not necessary, but not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it could be required if we get an early boat here, and Sarda's holding on to something. Titan's Trove not incentivized, so
Sarda going, if only I had a boat, I'd take this floater over to the desert.
And Sir Linkalot into the Temple of Fiends, but not taking on Garland, as Thunder and Davis both just jump right into Garland's room. Davis gets to turn order through it, gets a canal, and a tail. So pretty good. Promotion's always good to find with these flags because, like you said, we're not going to be opening a lot of boxes, but the ones we do open, we want to be able to equip any gear that we get out of them.
Yeah, I think it's a hard thing to shake, is that meta of you're in the Temple of Fiends, you should go check those 3 or 4 chests that are right there. I can never remember how many, I just go in the rooms.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're there, you want to check them, you want that gold, but, like, Garland's going to supply you some gold, the pirates are going to supply you some gold when you kill them. Both of them are going to be fairly easy with that Fire 2 you have available, and then you can buy that ruby for a couple grand, and you already got another key item. Like, the treasures here don't feel as vital right now.
Mm-hmm. Coral
Sword's not bad. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
You and I are making the same point.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. As Thunder already onto the pirates, and it looks like Davis took like a reset wipe. I missed what happened.
Yeah, I think he did, because he was through this. But yeah, Thunder's doing Thunder things, which is just tearing through the seed. I would not be surprised to see him drop one of his mages soon. Probably that white mage before too long, because now that you have class change on the table, as soon as you get that floater, the fact that Cure 4 is available to that fighter makes that white mage a whole lot less substantial. And before we get back to whatever else you want to say, I just want to thank SpeedGaming 3 for their raid coming in. 120 people joining us. Welcome to the party here with the Final Fantasy Randomizer SpeedGaming Live Qualifier number 6.
And it is a party as level 2 white magic. We have Invis 2 Fade and Harm 4, and Big Sweeper in level 2 black magic was Zap. I'm a big fan of the Zap spell, and when you have it kind of offsetting a Fade, it's pretty good.
It is good, but now here's what I'm looking at. So you got class change, assuming we get like Canoe and Floater soon. Like, there's a part of me that's sitting there going, wow, Fade, Invis, Cure 4, the fast available for that red mage. I'm leaning towards, like, letting a couple of my guys drop right now because the red mage and the fighter are the essential ones.
I've never been a fan of lowering my party. I like the 4 characters. If we're bringing 4 characters, I like to keep 4 up. Everything's susceptible in this game to just getting blown up, and we have imps with blaze, so we want to keep a little bit, kind of like as much as we got right now. Like maybe like when we get to our grind, you let the white and black mage die off first, and then you just dump the levels into the fighter and red mage if you're going to take a grind. But I would probably just keep all 4 up. I mean, we don't know. We have good magic in level 1 and 2, but we don't know where our life magic is going to be. Like if life is locked out of red wizard and it's only available for white mage, we're going to want levels on those white mage. So it's a little too quick to jump the gun to start getting down to a 2-man party here for me.
I think for my point is that it's already on the table for me, depending upon how things shake out. Like, the second one of my characters gets killed, like if we have to go to Marsh Cave or something, I'm immediately going to sit there going, is it worth it to me to really bring them back? Because that experience is lovely on my other characters. And that math is going to be in my head the whole time. I love the 2 and 3-man strats when they work out, because that's just a whole bunch of experience you're getting dumped on your other characters. You don't have to stress about it.
Yeah, I think there's some viability to it in the mid to late game, but in the early game, the Marsh Cave encounters, we're not going to get a ton of XP here. Like vanilla wizards, we're not going to get a ton of XP from them. But yeah, if the black mage goes down, I'm not going to be in a rush to pick them back up. The white mage, red mage, right now is super important to me with that level 2 Fade.
Fade being the key, yeah. Fade is making that black mage less and less important, especially since one of the best spells we have for them is Fast. And Fast is one of those spells you cast, and then you just worry about it the rest of the fight.
There's a rod for us here in the Marsh Cave, and Davis went up and checked Matoya, so everybody's opening boxes.
Well, it's a fighter. You want some armor. Like, you may not need the dragon, you may not need the opal, but you're gonna want to try and find like the flame or the ice armor at a minimum, or something that you can sell to go buy like the steel version of it. You want a little of that protection. You want the ribbons, just because while 200% isn't bad if you're used to this game, that can still, like, the right spells backed up by a 200% full tilt boss can still make those bosses pretty nasty.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I think push comes to shove, though, you got to be ready to back up onto the vendor gear, and that's the upside of the fighter. Iron armor, just as good as a gold bracelet. You know, not as good of evasion on it, but absorb-wise, we can make iron armor work. We throw a silver shield on it, throw a silver helmet on, and maybe we get pro rings. So like, and there's level 3 life 2. I missed what was in the level 3 black as
Life
David.
2 learnable there by everyone again.
This is really good red mage magic.
And this, I know a lot of people will swear against the white mage, or not white mage, the red mage. Like, there are people I know that are like, white mages and black mages, that's what I want to run. The red mage may learn spells, but they're kind of weak at certain points. But when you get a seed like this that lays out the magic the way it does, you're sitting there going, yeah, but you know what I want right now? 2 meat shields, one of which can cast everything. I got that. I'm good. Like, I'm just good.
The versatility is going to pay out really well for Sterling Colette, as he's the only on-stream runner rocking the double red mage, and gets that level. And there's our cheap pro rings as well here in Alpha. So.
Yeah, no, and I think he's actually got a serious advantage in this particular instance. Like, most of the people, I'd be like, dump the black mage, dump the white mage if you want, focus on the white and the red, or the fighter in the red. But in this particular instance with the double red, I'd keep all 3 of those up right now, because you've got a rockin' party right there with the magic we have. Whatever else you're going to say in just a second, I also want to thank SpeedGaming 2 for coming in with your raid of 23 people. Thank you for joining us here for the SpeedGaming Live Qualifier number 6 for Final Fantasy Randomizer. It is already a rockin' party, and we are off and running at the races here.
Yep, and Life Reboot grabs a katana in the Titan's Trove. That's not going to mean much for anybody else, but for him, it's a floater here with Sarda.
Oh, I am a witch! Look at that call that I jokingly made!
Yeah. So he needs Canoe. If Canoe's vanilla in Crescent Lake, he's golden. I mean, able to promote right away, and we have katana to equip on that ninja. Everyone else will turn that into a vendor sword, but for Life Reboot, he's got an in-game weapon.
Yeah, I mean, and that's something that's worth pointing out for him. We've seen some decent white or black magic, the Lightning 3, the Quad X, the Fast that we found. If he sits there and finds, like, the ice armor at that point for his guy, he's just as viable at that point to sit there going, get a few levels on my ninja, play the ninja instead of the fighter, or play both. He's got the option of doing a whole lot more back-end damage there against the bosses.
Oh, yeah. And Thunder breaking out of the Inner Sea, he's into the Melmon continent. He's going to get that floater pretty quickly here. I wonder if we see an early dive of the Earth Cave to see that Earth incentive item. The incentive locations we're looking at this seed, I mean, we do have that rod, so we're looking at incentive Earth, incentive Sea, incentive Sky, Canaria Locked, Ice Ordeals, and Marsh Cave, our main NPCs and our fetch quest NPCs. The only places we're not going to be looking for an incentive item is the Marsh Locked location, the Titan's Trove, and the Volcano, and Thunder is headed down for the vampire box as Life Reboot's going to get in the air here.
If you hit Sarda with that ruby, if you go over here to the sages, you are in the air. Turn in that tail and start figuring out what your final party is going to be. I will tell you
huge.
Gigantic right now. We are. This is jet seed material at this point. 10 minutes, and that is massive.
Yeah.
I will say that from what I've seen about these flags so far, these flags that are tournament admin Gregory Puff crafted are very likely to have things end up in Marsh and in Earth. So when you have an early rod, such as we do in Marsh, and you know that Earth is incentivized, I'm dropping, after I do a class change because I'm in the air with the tail, I'm dropping everything else that I do, and I am just immediately off and running to Earth Cave, because the monsters there generally aren't as bad to kill.
Yeah.
Lich is doable with what we've got right now, especially the magic we've got right now.
Yeah.
And then you get like an incentive and a crystal out of the way, and that's one less dungeon you have to deal with later.
Yeah, and Thunder's going to get a required item here. It's probably going to be like a loot, maybe a crown to a key, something like that. But it's not going to be the progression that he's looking for. Every runner wants to get that overworld progression as Life Reboot bounces out of it, and there's the crystal.
Yeah.
So
just keep that chain going. Oh, we got MG Weirdo in chat commenting, "Don't do it, Thunder. You've fallen into Caleb's cult of early Earth." Normally, I mean, you and I have had discussions about this on your podcast, and normally I hate Marsh, and normally I hate Earth. But these flags absolutely 100% call for it. If you have the access to it, you do it, because the meta of these flags demands that you follow through on your worst impulses.
Yeah, and I mean it's not necessarily a bad play. We don't have a dud location here.
Yeah.
That crystal's gonna be something. You know, we already have the ruby and the tail out of the game, so it's gonna be an in-game item, or it's gonna be a masa or a ribbon. So either way, it's just Thunder might be a little upset that this isn't gonna be the thing, and it's gonna be Floater on Sarda, Canoe, and Crescent, and he's just gonna grumble about seed RNG, but
like I've watched enough randos, and pretty much every rando community has the thing: when you have a freebie, check your freebies. When you have a dungeon you can clear your dungeon. Like, while he's not going to have the floater, while he's not going to have the canoe, and he might be like, I could have done this earlier. Are you ever really upset when you get full progression taken care of out of the way? Like, he did everything almost as quickly as anyone else would. I don't feel like this is a bad move on his part at all.
No, and he's our first runner to light an orb at the 12-minute, 45-second mark. You know, 50 to 200% bosses. I mean, that Lich did take a couple fades and a Fire 2 to get down, and now upside for Thunder, I think if he's running this Silver Linings here, we're going to get a Vendor Sword. We're going to get... Oh, he's not going to do the Titan's Troph, so... going to do the save and walk in. He's going to get the Floater. He's going to sail to Crescent. He's going to get in the air maybe 4 minutes behind Life Reboot. Because now Life Reboot is back into the Marsh Cave where everyone else already went, and he did not go first, so...
Yeah, with the way that he did it, with the fact that he has the airship, he might trim 15-20 seconds. I don't think it saves him that much time.
No.
No. And Thunder is just going to be off and running at this point. Like, this is all Thunder needed right here. And he's the kind of person that, even though he has the crystal in his bank, Sages is faster to sail to. He's going to do Sages.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no way he goes back into the inner sea, especially with that floater in hand.
He's not going to get baited by that crystal to go check for the canoe over at Matoya.
Oh, but that's exactly what's he going to do. Wow. Okay. So Thunder going to follow the fetches and lose a little bit of time here. But I mean, saying Thunder loses time here it's kind of a moot point. Thunder, one of the best runners in the game right now, and any time, quote unquote, lost here is going to be made up in the way he finishes this seed. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, Life Reboot, also a relatively newer runner, been around in the community since just before the spring tournament started, and really coming into his own in the past few weeks. I'd want to say, like, with the advent of the Fall League and the SpeedGaming Live qualifiers, like, he's been racing like a man on fire. So he's coming on. And Davis, another one of those even more newer members in the community, just caught on super quick and is just knocking it out. And Sir Linkalot, Thunderclaw's partner in the co-op tournament. Yeah. And you're looking at the co-op champions racing against each other here. No love lost between these two.
It's something I want to point out. If you're looking at like the people we have on here, Sir Linkalot, DVS, Life Reboot, these are all like players that win our most recent Duckling event, the Duckling Derby that we ran during the summertime. They're all graduates of it. They all promoted out, became whatever you want to call them, graduates or platypuses or whatever term we're using this month. But they were all the top 8. They're all solid. Sir Linkalot actually won that for going on to win the co-op tournament, and with the team that he's playing with, has a good shot at then winning the Fall League as well. Like he is a monster at this game. And the 4 of them, including Thunderclawed here, this is a quartet that is going to put on a very lively show for us tonight.
And Dave is checking the spike tiles. I wonder if he just wanted to see a giant and some lizards hanging out. But Sir Linkalot takes out the vampire. Life Reboot on his way down to the vampire floor. So everybody doing what Thunder already did. And Thunder got the Oxyale from Matoya. Now, I hope Thunder stops in Crescent Lake and doesn't go like, let me check this Sea Shrine incentive now. Let me see if this awful fetch quest continues, and it's going to be Canoe and Sea.
So the thing about that side
looks like what he's doing. Nope.
The
Okay.
thing about that side of the world is you hate to go down there to only do on-rack when you don't have the canoe to also take care of Waterfall, and Waterfall always has an incentive as long as you have the NPCs turned off. So, like, the general rule of any of these seeds is don't double dip if you don't have to, and that's a double dip. So, like, if he did that, he would be playing against all kinds of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is going to go to Crescent Lake, so he's going to jump into the air here about...
solidly in the lead.
8 minutes behind Life Reboot. I mean, once Life Reboot lights that orb, I mean...
well, the comparison
I think Life
at that point,
Reboot and Thunder are running pretty close
neck.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, it's going to be, because there's 0 loose, it's all going to be down to routing and efficiency at that point.
Yeah. Because we see Sir Link a lot in Earth 4 opening a lot of boxes. Open the Earth Cave Armory, if you want to call it that, in the top right there, those 5 boxes, and there's Thunder's canoe.
It's the thing that I would normally say, oh, don't check the boxes. You don't want to do that, but Link is good enough at this game that I have a feeling he has a plan in mind. He's getting armor to sell, or he's doing something so he can buy his gold bracelets or something. I feel like he has a system that he's going to follow. We just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah. And it looks like Thunder going to stop and do ordeals before promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Link taking on Lich. We have that level 2 Zap. No one's used it on Lich. Zap almost as effective as Cake.
Mm-hmm.
So going
it's
with
fun.
the damage routes, but Sir Link takes it out. And it looks like we only have 1 Zap caster, so we're putting everything into that katana for Life Reboot.
6 minutes behind Thunder. Sir Linklot lights a crystal. We're going to be probably 6:30 behind for Life Reboots.
Yeah. Again, I think with Life Reboot, it's a little different because he also got in the air about 8 minutes ahead of Thunder. So, I got that promotion. I mean, Thunder makes quick work of the Pillar Maze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's from this point forward when we see, like, the next couple crystals lit and the key items fall into place. Then we'll really know, like, who's in the lead or what. Thunder's probably in the lead by about a minute, but we'll get our justification for that once we actually see what happens next.
Because...
oh, but Mancats might send him packing.
Uh-oh. Ooh, Mancats with fire too.
Yeah, at this level of party, that's deadly right there.
Yeah.
Soft resets, comes back out, goes again. Now, what he has to hope is that Mancats are not the common encounter. Oh, never mind. So, Mancats!
Yeah, throw some fades. That's what we got it for.
There you go.
Life Reboot grabs his Oxyale from Matoya. Gonna raid the armory, get that cabin house and piece of cloth.
Link also has his floater now, so he is viable to go check the stages and get in the air.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Life Reboot, where are you going now?
Thunder is definitely doing a walking grind at this point, taking the encounters that he can, get himself some levels right now. Probably as far as walking grind is concerned, gonna stop at 15 because he doesn't want to miss out on those Knight charges, since the Knight can learn pretty much every good spell you'd ever want.
Yeah. Life Reboot taking a detour here into Elfland to pick up those pro rings, and got enough money to get one for everybody, so that will protect him against the death element. That's Quad X, Squint, Toxic, and Rub.
Oh, ouch. These nightmares are giving Thunder the business. And he has to reset out again.
Mm-hmm. So, Ordeal's proving to be...
an ordeal?
An ordeal.
Yeah! Saw what you were doing there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the upside is he knows the path through here.
Yeah.
That's the only upside.
I mean...
well,
I'm trying to think, what's the best case scenario? Because Life Reboot head into Waterfall and Sea, gonna knock out these 2 incentive locations before doing Ordeals. Now, if Ordeals it's just holding a ribbon. Or the Masa. Like, the Masa would be huge, but Life Reboot has a solution to that in that katana for the ninja.
Yeah, it's hard not to look at this like a bit of a time loss right here. Like, even if there's a key item he needs, just a different order for tackling this over other things would have benefited. Like the waterfall, maybe, although those nightmares are going to give business to Life Reboot here in a bit, too.
If he sees them. So... It just, when I'm looking at Thunder's screen, and every time you hit the same level multiple times because of wipes, it just, it's so infuriating sometimes. Like, oh, I hit level 10 again. Oh, I hit level 10 again. But looks like we might be through the worst of it. Gets rewarded with an opal bracelet. And we have no armor.
I mean, he's got a piece now.
No wonder everything looks so mean.
Yeah! I mean, there's not much you can do when those spells are just nasty, but... And the Rubik's Cube is certainly useful, eventually.
Yeah. It's required.
It is.
We do have Incentive Sky, so... We're still looking for loot and key. Those are very important.
He needed it. There's no arguing that he needed it. It's just at what cost, you know? that meme saying, not like this.
And Davis just keeps getting taken to task by those blazing imps.
Ugh. You know, we always joke about the fact that, oh, you know, they're only in that one area. We don't have to worry about it. They can get you still. They can get you. Yep.
Yeah. But Thunder... on and through the Temple of Ordeals as Life Reboot gonna see the robot. That's a decent pack there. From, I mean, you'd love to see more Wiz mummies in there, but
at the level he's at,
yeah, you don't like seeing all mummies and no birds.
Birds are jerks. They're just not worth enough. That's why they're jerks.
And there's Link's canoe.
Yep. So he will be able to get in the air, be our third player, and I mean. I don't think he's going to feel all that far behind, honestly, because you're in the air at like 24, 25 minutes. That's still blazing fast for these flags normally.
Yeah, and and there's a gold bracelet and a silver bracelet here in the Waterfall Armory.
That's all the armor you're going to probably need to buy or worry about. Like, all you want at this point is a couple ribbons, one of which you're going to get no matter what, probably.
And that's almost the best formation we could have hoped for. One more Wiz Mummy would have been the top XP that we could have got out of this spike tile. But we're just going to run.
I can't necessarily blame him. Yeah, you want the experience at some point, but you want to be able to get out of here.
Yeah, and we did not see exit or anything like that, so...
For all the good magic that we found.
Oh, Gasty is tempting.
Yeah,
I believe Sir Linklot just picked up an X-Cal, but it might have just been really quick. But there's our level 6 warp.
They're not quite at the level of being able to do anything with that yet, but it is nice to have it.
And Dave is gonna...
Yep.
We're gonna hear some grumbles.
Maybe, but at this point, all four of our runners are going to be able to get in the air. All four of our runners are going to be set to roll. This is jet, jet, jet for all of them.
Yeah. Bracken Warp level 6. Offset with a Red Wizard learnable lock. So that's one downside to the Red Mage there, is that Warp is going to be locked to the Black Mage. So... not going to be able to learn that, but luckily everybody's got a Black Mage, so... There's
really going over it right now.
Well.
There is a good chance that we could even skip having to deal with Gaia or Lu Fane, depending on how things shook out. Because at this point, the only key item we're actually going to need is... I think we're still missing the Chime. Mm-hmm. We've gotten Rod and Oxiale and Cube out of the way at this point, so... depending on where that Chime falls, we may not ever have to go into those two areas and do the long walk of shame to Lu Fane.
We're going to do them, though, because we want that ribbon, we want that Masa, and the key is still out there, too.
Okay, a key. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so we are missing 2. We're missing 3. No, 2, because Life Reboot has the loot. So yeah, that
loot was in
key.
the waterfall.
Key is essential, but you never know. If key ends up being somewhere easy to get to as well, then we could just be like, check Canary.
I love the co-op partners doing the same thing, both into the volcano.
It's like they train together or something.
It's curious because Volcano's not incentivized, so I wonder if we're just raiding boxes and maybe gonna try to get some levels here.
These greed chests are fantastic. Like, even when you don't have anything incentivized here, this is one of the best spots to check along the path because it's not that far out of the way. There's plenty of good loot, including usually a better spike tile chest right there. And then you get right back onto the lava afterwards and you're off and running again. Like, it's... Oh, and apparently Peds, which you're never going to complain about seeing.
Until they have something nasty. But we'll see.
Kill them fast.
Peds one of those enemies that you love to see until they roll high or have a nasty script. But so far, so good.
No, it looks like they're just punchy.
Best case scenario, then, is Life Reboot into the Sea Shrine. Much better experience in here than there is in the volcano. Going to get some pretty good levels here if we manage to keep everyone alive for this waterfall check.
So, Thunder bails and goes over to the ice cave after checking those greed chests. I am curious to know what Lintelot's next move is going to be. Is he here for the long haul, or is he going to go to ice as well?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, with Volcano not being incentivized, I love go-moding Volcano. Just running down, carrying, just blowing her up, and just getting out of here. It's like a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm. With so few encounters, it is glorious. Because it is the nice thing about Volcano. As long as you stick to the lava tiles, you can't get encounters.
Yep. And the way some of the lava tiles are even situated, like if they're in front of a door, not going to trigger that encounter table either.
Works out so nicely.
And there's a bottle in the Sea Shrine.
Well, that indicates to me we're going to be heading over to at least Gaia. Which is an insubstantial walk in its own, because Gaia is laid out very large.
Yeah.
It is a very expensive town.
Yeah, Gaia, probably my least favorite town.
Anytime I don't have to turn in the bottle, I am a happy camper, because that is not a short walk. It's almost as bad as the walk to Lufane, in all honesty.
Yeah. But at least Lufane you can save Scum too if the encounter table's gross.
Uh-huh.
You can't save Scum to the level 8 magic shops.
No. No, Gaia is atrociously laid out. Ugh. Speedrunner's worst town.
Need to be recalled.
Can we get a path here between the trees? Come on, devs, make that happen.
Proc-gen Gaia win.
Proc-gen towns, that's so wrong.
And there's Sir Linklock getting the second katana here in the Agama floor. I'm curious to see if Life Reboot is going to... Oh, he's going to definitely walk out of here and save that bottle, but do we make an attempt on Kraken with 50 to 200%?
Oh, there's our key. That's one less to worry about.
Yep.
I've done these flags. I did 2 of these qualifier races, and I had the worst luck taking out Kraken when I was in the area initially. Like, you don't like having to come back here. Again, the double dipping sucks.
Yeah.
But Kraken at 50 to 200%, even version 1 of Kraken, can be absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, 50 to 200% is confirmed like glass cannon status. And if we had like level 1 to 4 Brack, maybe. But there's level 7 Bane. So we don't even have that as a backup option.
Every time I see that spell, I don't think of like Poison Bane. I just imagine like the Batman villain runs on screen and punches a bunch of people, then runs off.
I'm Bane.
Bane's here.
That's my name. Bane. All right. So Thunder looked like he was doing a little bit of a high grind.
He took a couple, and then hit some issues apparently.
Yeah, this undead pack ambushed him. So Life Reboot gets the herb from the bottle. Gonna fly back to Elfland Castle. Not the most direct route to take back to Elfland Castle, but I get it. Sometimes you leave a town and you push a direction and you're just like, ah, crap, I went the wrong way. Well, I guess I'm going this way now.
It's the Harold and Kumar. Too far, man. We're just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's our chime. So
nice. Whatever else they check is gratis at this point. It's what they want to spend time on now. Yep.
So the sky incentive will be probably the ribbon or the masa.
Canaria is the other one.
In the Canaria locked, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Now, of course, we know what's going on. The runners don't, but we know.
Yep. Thunder gonna check the Canarian Army Forces. Sir Linkalot actually gonna make a thing of Carry. And Carry stuns the fighter. And what are we going to do about that? We're going to throw some lit 2s. So chip damage for 15. Fade trying to do the heavy lifting here.
Fade not getting through her magic.
Yeah, we need to throw tier 4.
Yeah. Or Carry can be a glass cannon. Okay. There we go.
Yep, and I was too busy looking at Sir Linkalot lighting his second orb that I did not see what Thunder got. It looks like he got the slab if he's coming to Melmond.
Yeah, he doesn't yet have the loot or that chime, so he has to follow the paths right now if he doesn't go to the places that the other runners have gone.
Yep, Davis into the waterfall, gonna grab his loot. Gonna try to get some levels off this Gasty, though. So, slab from the Canary Lock. So, the Lefenians will have likely the Masa. If we're Thunder, we want to see the Masa, probably. If we want to troll Thunder, we want to see, like, Crown to Adamant. Or Adamant to Crown to TNT to Ribbon, I guess. Which would probably be the trolliest outcome, anything that breaks up that dwarf progression.
We just get the devs to program in reusable key items. Crown TNT to slab back to Crown again, and then...
Wait, what?
I'm Astos a second time!
And Life Reboot gonna take some eyes, and there's Thunder with the Adamant off the Lefenians, and just is probably just so mad at these players.
maybe. Okay, so you don't want to do this walk. He's gonna find out long term that as far as key items was concerned, the walk wasn't necessary. But at the same time, it is another few odd percentage points he gets to add to his experience pool for future fights.
And it's going to be a weapon or an item that he wants. We haven't seen a loose ribbon in the world, so this one, if it's here, if it's the Masa, either way, it's a silver lining. That's what I like about these flags. And I mean, he did pick up the dragon armor somewhere, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, even if the blacksmith here ends up beating that crown into that adamant into a crown, you can turn it in right nearby. It's not a big deal. But it's a ribbon.
The ribbon.
It's the adamant ribbon.
Yeah. It's a very heavy barrette.
Very solidly. Like that was a serious purchase that he picked up at the mall there.
So makes an audible clasping sound.
It does. Substantial.
Good chunk. Alright. Thunder, while he's in the area, gonna pick up his night magic, Sir Link-a-Lot dives to the Sea Shrine where Davis is killing some sharks. Life Reboot continues his optometry exam. And everybody's in a little bit of a holding pattern. So they're looking for progress. And yeah, so Thunder continuing his admin duties.
Just purchasing his spells. Yeah, you said Life Reboot is doing his optometry exam. Like the eye asks him, read line 5, please. And he's like, sword!
I stab you. I stab you again.
It's not how this works.
I do it again. Look, I can do this all day, eyes. You might want to call some friends, turn this into a 3-eye grind. Alright, and there's Davis on the mermaid floor as Thunder coming into the waterfall. This will be the last few pieces of the puzzle that he needs to hit go mode. He'll get the loot in the waterfall. He'll get the fetch chain that leads him to the chime.
He'll be set to roll. And honestly, he's gonna pop by the Sky 2 floor, get what's that Sky Spider, the key item that's there, because it's just on the path, whatever it may be. It won't be the Mazumoon more than likely. It's gonna be something that leads to it, but he'll grab it.
Yeah, we know it's gonna be the TNT that turns into it, and the TNT, it's not as accessible as the Adamant turn-in, but I will gladly walk through the Dwarf Cave for TNT to Masa every day.
Sir Link-a-Lot gets the flame armor there in that one chest on the seafloor he checked. Nice little along-the-way path as he's checking things. That might be all the armor he cares about at that point, honestly.
Yeah. And he did grab an Excal, so my eyes were right. They did not deceive me when he picked that up in, I believe it was the volcano.
Like, it's not the best sword, but at 50 to 200%, Excal is good enough for me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Especially knowing that we're going to turn it into a Masa, like, Excal will serve all the way up to Topher for us. And even through Topher, it'll get things done.
Yeah, it's Tiamat has a high enough absorb that even with the bonuses granted by the Excal against all other monsters, it's not the best sword. Tiamat, but the only one it really doesn't work effectively against is Chaos, and all you need against that is just more tempo.
Yeah, and we have the fast. I mean, we'd love to see a power bonk, but we're gonna get the Masa anyway. So, and Life Reboot still trying to read that bottom line on the chart. The imp just fell over trying to get it read. So,
up to level 21-22, curious how much farther he's going to go. Like, again, it's that thing we discussed. He's got the katana, Mazumoon's gonna fall in his lap if he wants it. Armor situation's not that terrible with golds being available if nothing else. Like, and Invis 2, like, is easy for everyone to cast. So it's that question of, like, what is a desirable level here that he really needs? Like, 21 is a level I would have stopped at with a fighter, honestly.
Yeah, same. I was wondering if, and he promoted so early that he got his, all his spell charges by now, so. Yeah,
I don't, like, I'm a gross over-leveler, and I'm sitting here going, wow, 23 is a bit high, dude.
Yep, our tracker pointing out that it might be going to 24 on the fighter. Just to get that next breakpoint for when we do get the Masa.
Yeah. I guess it's the thing of, like, something I've been trying to train myself in, is the fact that, you want to get as many levels as you could when you're doing a grind, but bear in mind that you only have one of the 3 crystals lit, and you're looking at not just the 3 other fiends at level 1 that you're going to be doing, but eventually all the fiends you're going to be taking on in the Temple of Fiends. Those last 3 levels, if you really want that breakpoint, they're going to come to you.
Unless he's done the math and he's hoping that Canaria Locked is his cube for go mode. We know the cube is an ordeal. It's like he might think that he is essentially in go mode right now, but we know that he's gonna have to go back to ordeals.
Although, at that point, like, ordeals was not fun. So going to help against Ordeals, even if he doesn't realize it.
Yeah, and Ordeals was also less fun because Thunder was in there at a low level with no gear attached to his, no armor at all equipped to his Light Warrior, so...
The magic defense life reboot here is going to make that Fire 2, like, inconsequential.
And Davis going to take our first stab at Kraken.
Trying to join Sir Link-a-Lot in the 2 Crystal Club.
And life reboot still going. I mean, those eyes have fewer than 200 HP. I mean, I would have a hard time walking away from this too. Just like, just I'm just gonna keep stabbing them. It's like, oh right, this is a race. Let me get. Unless maybe he's concerned about walking out of here.
I'm checking one thing. Hold on.
Yeah.
There's one thing to think about, and that is.
David.
I would not be surprised.
Davis just got blown up by lobsters.
Oof.
Davis just got blown up by lobsters.
That's...
You think he's going to go to 29 for the Masa breakpoint?
No, I think he's going to go to 29 for the Katana breakpoint.
Ah.
Yeah, like, now, it depends on, like, how much he knows the game, because 29 is the breakpoint for the ninja without the improvements that we have in the randomizer, because we do double the hit rate for the ninja. 23 is the breakpoint for the katana without. But if he doesn't know that, because it's on our resource site, and even who built it, I'm bad about remembering to go check the stupid thing. He may just remember 29 and just be done with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's getting 5 hits with that katana though.
You can't really complain about that. And honestly, the ninja needs the health. They don't get as much health as the fighter does.
Yep. But we also eventually need to get the car back on the road.
True.
Like, it's time to go.
And he says, no, eye health is very important.
Another one.
Sir, I think you've had enough. No, I have not.
Another one.
Just line them up.
Another
I'm starting to not get levels off of them at this point. This is like when even when I'm in a grind, when the enemies I fight stop giving me a level every time I fight them, that's when I start drawing the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one.
They're popcorn right now. It's really hard to argue with this. I can't blame them.
I mean, got those, what was it? Pringles?
Once you pop? Yeah.
All right, Davis crosses fingers, hoping for no lobster blow-ups. Are we done? Oh, we're
28.
done. We fell through the hole.
Stopped the ninja at 28. He walked down. That was not a mistake. He purposely did this. Now he has to survive this path. Okay, he's through it.
Yeah. He should be good, but Davis, on the other hand, taking on Kraken 1. We're going Invis 2, and 2 shots of Brack. I believe.
Got the Brack? Yeah.
I believe, Davis. Let's go.
Oh, and you know what? When you're going Brack strats like that right there, the fighter getting hit by a hold, you just don't care about. Best outcome you could have hoped for.
As long as he got his Invis 2 off.
Yes, he did. That was the first thing, was the Invis 2 immediately went off. So
all right.
We also do have Link-a-Lot and Thunder joining him at the Sea Shrine as he quickly flies away.
And Life Reboot gonna just barrel down through the volcano and just blow up in front of Gary. This is
not going to be a thing.
Watch.
He's going to swing a katana. He's going to swing a coral sword. Gary's going to fall over. We're going to get an orb. That is going to be that.
Yeah.
Look at him, not even caring about the lava tiles. He's like, "Nah, I'm a tank. Who cares?"
Yeah.
So here at the 45-46 minute mark, as people are cleaning up, I want to thank everyone here for joining us for the SpeedGaming Live 2020 Final Fantasy Randomizer Qualifier number 6. You are watching 4 of our 7 runners in here right now. Sterling Lot, Life Reboot, DVS, and Thunderclad. Make sure to give all of them a follow. This is, for many of them, this is probably going to be the last of the qualifiers they have to race, as they've already logged in at least their minimum 2 to 3 that they need for this at this point. It's all about just burnishing their scores or finishing out their qualifiers at this point. So they'll be set to roll now. So you're getting one hell of a race right here with the way this Jetty seed laid out.
And if you're out there and you're watching, you're interested in participating in the SpeedGaming Live tournament, we still have 4 more qualifiers for you to try to race in. So you only need 3 to get seeded for the bracket pod stage. And I think the next one is Wednesday next week. So still plenty of time. These flags, I don't think they could be any more like new player friendly.
No, yeah, they're great.
The fact that it's incentive Mazza, incentive ribbon, no loose items, 50 to 200% enemies, bosses. Like you can do well in these flags. You just got to practice a couple of them, and you'll be blowing up seeds in no time.
Yeah, don't let the fact that I was garbage at these seeds hold you back. You'll be better than I was. And honestly, if you're sitting there going, I want to participate in this, but the 4 qualifiers might not be on the schedule that I can make right now, just go to the SpeedGaming website, the SpeedGaming Live website. You can buy a ticket for the whole setup, join the tournament that way, get automatically seeded into the tournament without even having to race the races, and you're set to go. We still have plenty of slots available. We welcome anyone that wants to jump in and just try this out. Your cash goes to the tournament itself for the cash pool for now and for the future. It's not wasted. It's not just going to pay advertisers or something. So if you want to support Final Fantasy runners, you want to have a good time, want to play in the tournament, come on, pick up a ticket. It's not a big deal, and you're set to roll.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Life Reboot lights his 2nd orb. Sterling Lot in searching for his 3rd, and Thunder going traditional damage routes here against Kraken 1. And going for his 2nd orb as Davis is into the Temple of Ordeals, going to get his required cube here. If he can get out of this fight, these zombie Ds got a lot of HP.
They did. It took, I watched when Thunder was in there earlier, it took a harm 3 and like 3 or 4 fire casts to get out.
You gotta love it. Thunder took down Kraken with a 5 damage swing.
I want to say Thunder is still swinging the light axe right now. So, like, of all the runners and all the weapons they have, I think Thunder is the one most likely to try and pursue that Mazza.
Yeah.
Yeah. And while he's there, since we know it's the TNT, he may just decide to go check the Dwarven Treasury as well, because that's, 9 chests? It's too hard to pass up.
Our tracker is pointing out that it could be the crown. We're still looking for that as well. But either way, Sky Incentive will be crown or TNT to crown or TNT to Masa.
And point still stands. If you're there with the TNT and you have the key, you normally just check the Dwarven Treasury. And even if you have to go kill Astos afterwards, you're still just going to follow that path. More than likely.
So Davis turned in his herb to get the chime. Going to pick up his magic. Sterling lights his 3rd orb. And now Life Reboot also coming here getting ninja magic. Alright, everybody's sort of ramping up for the end game. I do want to remind everybody that we are running on a 10-minute delay here as runners finish and cross the finish line. We won't spoil anything until things happen on stream. But
or there's people in a race.
Yeah.
And that is as much as we will comment on. We have 7 runners. 4 of them are right here. 3 are not on stream right now. And we're going to clam up on that until everyone's finished out.
Yeah, we do have the runners off stream. Ganon's Gone Wild, Jay Coper, Gouda, and Trenton GL.
Oh, so it's 4 more people. For some reason I have the number 7 in my head. That is 8. Never do math on Twitch.
Nope, or count.
Life Reboot reminding us this is a tomb. As Un jukes his way out of the way. Nah, you can't get your language from me. Life at level 5. You got Life 2 learnable for everyone. You're not worried about that life.
All right. Sir Link heading into the ice cave to get his key. I am sure Davis will be right behind him once he gets through this volcano, but he took the bait in the armory and is going to deal with this distraction as Thunder heads into the sky cave.
He is in his effective go mode, and he is, yes, swinging a light axe. That is his best weapon right now. So I would not be surprised, as we were discussing, him getting the key item, him going and pursuing that chain, because trying to clear out chaos with a light axe is a maneuver you only do if you're spell zapping a weekly and don't care.
Did it for the lulz.
The man will take a silver dagger into the final fight and temper it until he kills chaos. Like...
Can't hold anything back, man.
No, and it's a strategy that's worked for him. Like, when it works, you can't really complain.
So, Life Reboot needs to go into ordeals. I'm worried that he's going to follow this adamant chain before going to ordeals. Do ordeals.
You'll get a ribbon. You'll get a ribbon.
Yeah, but...
It's the only ribbon they have. This ribbon is essential. Let's be honest about that.
I guess he's one item from go mode, so he's hoping that anything is going to be it, and he's willing to sacrifice a potential Masa or ribbon in ordeals by not going there.
Shadowed Flames, our fabulous tracker behind the scenes, taking care of all 4 of these runners for us, reminds us that the knight at level 25 with a light axe gets 4 hits, and the next breakpoint for them is 36. Yeah, you get 5 hits, but that's how much damage per hit? That's still not great.
The crit rate on the axe is the opposite of good.
Pretty garbo, yeah.
And fascinated by the checking of the boxes as Davis is taking on Carrie. Sir Link opened the 6-pack in ice.
I mean, we're scoffing at this. Like, we're scoffing at this, but the second he gets, like, 2 ribbons and, like, the dragon armor, and manages to raffle stomp through the seed when the rest of the people are struggling, we're gonna be sitting there going, oh, well, that makes sense, then.
I mean, I wouldn't say it makes sense, it just worked out in his favor. Davis lights his 3rd orb here, and he is our first runner on stream with 3 orbs lit, so...
Sir Linklot does find the Opal Toboggan right there, so that's a piece of gear that's going to be very nice for him.
Yeah, but I also think he got the Aegis shield pretty early too, so...
Well, that's vendor trash then. Never mind.
Yeah, and we did get confirmation that the Sky Incentive was the crown, which will lead to the TNT, which will lead to the Masa.
Which will lead to Thunder being very happy he doesn't have to swing the light axe anymore. This is a pack I love to take. Like, the only times I hate this pack is when they actually have, like, damage poison or something nasty like that. The rest of the time I'm sitting there going, please, give me this high experience popcorn pack. You're so delicious.
Yeah, Fire Hydrant's always good to fight. And there's Sir Link getting the dragon armor and slab out of the Canarian Armory.
That is... He's got his armor. You don't need to check any more chests, Link. You're good. Just go.
Thunder caught a war mech and promptly ran.
He doesn't need the experience. He could finish this at level 10.
But
maybe I'm overselling it just a little. Hyperbole.
TO1 here.
First look at TO1. And he is going to be going with Brack strats from the looks of it. At least on one of them.
Well, Brack was only learnable by the Black Mage, Black Wizard, so...
So there you go, yep.
And there's Life Reboot's go mode.
That is one Brack down.
Yeah, we might want to start switching to damaging strats here. We only have 1 Brack left, and there's the fast.
Oh, it's just dark. Okay, I thought it was something worse there for a second. Dark being that status effect that really doesn't do much of anything. It's supposed to lower your hit percent chance to make it seem like you're fighting in the dark and aren't really hitting very well. But the amount of hit percent that it takes off is so negligible that there's absolutely no reason to cure it.
No.
Yeah. Like, there is a spell to cure it. You can cast Lamp, but it's really a meme spell because it does cure dark, but, like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, Cure 4 will do it too.
Yeah. And if you're going to choose between the two spells, I'm taking Cure 4 every time.
And I see Irigan in chat asking what's going on here. Good to see you, Irigan. It's been a while. We have the SpeedGaming Live 2020 tournament. This is qualifier number 6, and it's proven to be an interesting little jet seed that's trying to slow our runners down.
That's the operative term there, yeah.
Yeah, it's trying. It's doing its best.
It's a good little seed. Let's give it its support.
Come on, Seed, you can do it. There's a hole. Tia. So Tia's trying. Tia did not want to go down. We don't have a nuke for that Black Mage to throw.
One of the few magic spells we are actually missing, surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, again, that fighter is really not doing much of anything with that fiddly, like, nerf axe he's swinging.
Alright, everybody's puzzle's starting to come together.
Looks like the fighter was also stunned there for a little while, which not helping matters at all.
Yeah, Hold's gonna do that.
Yep.
So, especially because we probably got the ribbon down there on the red mage, but Sir Link-a-Lot headed to Ordeals to get
fighter put back to sleep.
Yep.
I don't think anyone else is going to have anywhere near the problems with this Tiamat that Thunder is. Because Thunder just does not have the loadout, equipment-wise, to handle a boss of this much health. And now he's swinging a dagger.
Yep, 5 hits, 5 damage. So we're going for crit loops, I guess?
Overwhelming force. 9 damage that round. We're really cooking.
At least this Tiamat can't have Cure 4. So all the damage we do is permanent.
Wow, we got like 120 damage that time. We got a couple crits. It was nice. And let's sew this time.
Pretty good. Alright, everybody converging on the Sky Cave.
Oh, damage poison, ouch.
Oh. Well, we got Cure 4. And we're at evade cap, so as long as he doesn't start stringing together, or she doesn't start stringing together multiple bad things.
It always feels bad when the Fiend casts a level 2 spell at you and manages to do more damage to you that round than you do to the Fiend.
Alright, life reboot on the Bridge of Destiny.
Tangerine Fish asking in chat whether or not the party that they started with was randomized, so they could choose their own. They were allowed to choose their own. Nothing was forced in this flag set.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all about picking your optimal party and routing as best as you can.
And Tia 1 here doesn't want to go down. Let's see if Life Reboot has any better luck with her. Jumping right into the rack pool. That katana is going to do a lot more damage here. Yeah, 10 hits, 550. So,
I have a feeling that Thunder could still be in this fight by the time Life Reboot... Oh yeah, Life Reboot's right there. It took them... Like, Life Reboot, he was in the fight when Life Reboot entered the dungeon. That's how long that fight took.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time there.
Oh!
Done, so near
Insult the entry.
Air orb lighting from Life Reboot and Thunder.
Oh.
And
they are tied.
Do Sea Shrine. Thunder has to do the volcano.
Life Reboot not flying to Sea Shrine.
Yeah, he wants to chase that crown of monster down.
Right.
Both our runners converge on Northwest Castle, so we're going to see some legitimate hand holding here.
High fives all around, team.
Yeah.
Just that baseball thing, like the shake hands and butt slap. Good game. Good game. Good game.
Good game. Good game. Yeah, I play Little League.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and Life Reboot out and through, and winning the foot race here, as Thunder playing with Ale too much. Puts the airship into the water.
This isn't Final Fantasy 3. It doesn't convert.
For the folks watching at home, trying to understand that reference, Thunder and Ailmarkin are on a team, along with Dangwoo and Gregglypuff Team Cake and Break for the Fall League. Ailmarkin is notorious for his ability or inability to park an airship correctly, depending on who you talk to.
So got the Masamune, got Opal Armor, which he doesn't need. His loadout is pretty good at this point. This is go to carry, kill carry, go to Temple of Fiends, try and stomp through it.
And it looks like if you take the hard reset into Mirage, you're gonna catch Warmech on the Bridge of Destiny, and everyone has ran from him. But Link might miss it, because Link is opening Mirage 1. No one else did this.
It's a possibility. Now, the Bridge of Destiny is... Oh! Link gets rewarded for checking Sky 1 with that white shirt.
White shirt's pretty good.
Free round of Invis gives your Black Mage something else to do once they've cast that fast.
Now, I have a question for you, Dark Moon. We saw Life Reboot take that grind on those eyes. We know his levels are real good.
Yeah.
Thunder's levels are okay. Definitely
okay
enough to beat the seed with. If you're Thunder, do you stop and take a grind here on Agamas, or do you go back and...
No, when I saw his levels, he was low 20s. For Thunder, as we were discussing about the fact that the fighter can do this kind of flag set in the 20s, especially with that dragon armor, he has all that he needs. He's gonna go with the 20s that he's at right now. He's gonna kill carry, he's gonna hit Temple of Fiends, he's gonna kill the first 2 or 3 fiends as is, and then he'll probably end up moving that ribbon up to the fighter at that point for Kraken or Tiamat. Leave the ribbon on there because the fighter should have life. And whatever levels he gets from these fights here, that's all he's getting. He's not grinding.
Davis trying to take out Tiamat to get his 4th orb and gets Mute to land on Tia. He said, "I'm tired of your mess. Stop throwing fire at me."
That's huge. I mean, the fact is we saw that Tia wasn't all that punchy. Really liked to cast spells. Tia is going to just keep rocking through that. And even if you're doing the same amount of damage Thunder did, it's going to be a much easier fight.
And it also defangs that damage poison.
Yeah. Defangs everyone.
So, this Tiamat fight just became remarkably easier for Davis. It's just a matter of time now, as Thunder lights his 4th orb and is headed for the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
So, question in chat from Tangerine Fish. Is this just a key item rando? Today it is. But no. This is the randomizer actually has. I think it's probably, and Caleb, you've played other randos too. You can disagree or agree with me on this. I think this is probably one of the most robust randomizers around, all things considered, for the amount of things that you can do. Because you can just randomize where the key items go. You can randomize where the treasure goes. You can scale up and down the enemies. But then, depending upon how deep you want to get into it, you can actually randomize the entire spell book. You can generate entirely new packs of enemies not seen in the original game. You can proc gen a few of the dungeons to make them different completely. There's Blurst is something new that was added that you can bless or curse weapons. You can bless or curse the actual classes now, change what they promote into. Depending upon how crazy you want this to get, you can make an absolute chaos flag set out of everything that's here.
Absolutely, and Thunder already through the Phantom Tile, came into tow for just about a minute ago. Davis cleaning up his Masa chain, Life Reboot on his way, Link coming through Mirage. So we're converging. So we'll see how Temple of Fiends treats our runners.
Yeah, Life Reboot at the 105-20 mark, walking into the Temple of Fiends. First, second of our on-screens, but we know how Temple of Fiends can be. This is the great equalizer. Just because Thunder's in first doesn't mean he's finishing first.
Yeah, and it is worth noting out differences here. Life Reboot ran 4 up. Spent a little bit more time on those grinds, and Thunder aired more on the three-person party, so we'll see. We'll see who has the advantage here with, and they're already through Lich 1. Wow.
Yeah.
So
Lich
200%
is Lich.
bosses. Lich could have like 200 HP.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the two, like you could scale the bosses up to 500% if you know what you're doing, and you like hack into the code on the website itself. You can scale them up. I've seen 1,000, 10,000. But the thing is, Lich and Lich 2 are the two lowest bosses in the game, as long as we're not counting like Astos or something.
Sure.
And they like when it's the thing of 1,000 times 0 is still 0. You're basically doing that kind of math with Lich. He doesn't have a lot to start with. He's not going to have a lot, no matter how high you scale.
Yeah, but Lich does comprise one of the nastier alt final boss formations in the Undead Fundead, with the Phantoms and Lich and Thunderclaw taking on Carrie, already blowing her up 4 hits. Pretty good damage coming out already. Carrie with Cure 4. Yikes.
Was that what the Cure for?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you don't like to see it against the boss you're fighting right now, but at the same time, Chaos doesn't have it. Hooray!
Yeah, you always just hope it's on Lich. And you never even had a chance to see it.
Cure for that 50 health you have.
Yeah. Alright. Link taking on Tia. Davis diving to the earth floor. Thunder on the water floor. Life on the fire floor. Anything can happen here. So...
Not that I'm trying to commentate or curse anyone, I'm really not, but I'm gonna laugh if, all things considered, Tiamat 1 is our gatekeeper.
We'll see. I mean, Thunder approaching what a lot of folks consider the first real boss here of Topher with Kraken. Kraken can just ruin all your plans just by punching the wrong person. And it could be your knight, it could be your white mage, it could be your black mage. Kraken has a way of finding who you value most and melee targeting them first. As Life Reboot gets through Carrie and is going to be joining Thunder on this water floor. But a lot of encounters here.
And if you are interested in checking out the randomizer, we invite you to go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. You can see the randomizer itself, try it out, play a few seeds. Also come and join both the community Discord and the dev Discord, so you can really get your Final Fantasy randomizer on. We invite you to come and join us, be a part of the community. We'd always love to have you.
And Thunder opts for defense, throws out 3 Invis 2 stacks and fast. And now we're going to start throwing locks, we're going to swing, we're going to fade, and we're going to do another Invis 2. So, decent turn order here so far for this round. We got 4 stacks of evasion up, 4 of the 6 to hit that max evasion, and there it is. Even with all that evasion, and both runners now fighting Kraken 2. Life Reboot lost his red mage, but we have Life 2 on that knight as long as Life stays alive, and Thunder's Knight is the lone survivor, and we are knotted up here.
What we're going to see, this Kraken hits hard, but what we're seeing right now is Life Reboot was, what, like 2 or 3 minutes behind Thunder entering in, but they are swinging a Katana and a Mazamoon, I believe, and they are just racking up the damage.
Yeah. An Ale Wood, not Ale Markin, pointing out that the levels here making a big difference. And here we go, Life Reboot seconds into Tia before Thunder.
Yeah, see, that's how that works. Also, if we have an Alewood as well as an Ale Markin, we need both of them in the community so we can have a battle of the ales. Just like a real nice like IPA tasting, you know?
There's a joke there about ale and flights. I'm not clever enough to make it.
Flight of Final Fantasy. That is what we need right there.
But the joke's also because ale can't fly.
Oh, yes. Well, no, he can fly, he just can't land.
Landing's the most important part of flying.
It is.
Alright, Tia 2. We got a lot of absorb here, so Life Reboot gonna have an advantage here with that Katana, if that Katana were awake. So, we are Life Reboot is through.
Yeah. Woo!
And
that's easy right there.
Probably got like one more swing left.
Like, Life Reboot made mincemeat of that boss. Let's just be honest. It just tore right through it with those two swords like it was nothing.
All right, here we go. Life Reboot coming up to Chaos.
So you see right there, just for those in the audience that may not be aware of how, like some of the idiosyncrasies of this game, he moved the fighter down not just because of the fact that in the 3rd and 4th slot you get hit less, but also if the rest of his party somehow does manage to get knocked down, the 3rd and 4th slots are the most susceptible to getting into what we call a crit loop, where like you can trick the game into doing the same damage every time for every swing you do, and it's just a fun way to hold A and just let the game play itself.
And Chaos, not looking to play nicely, opens up with a first turn zap, and Life Reboot's party soaks it and doesn't lose anybody to the 4th dimension, but does lose his Black Mage to a strong punch.
That right cross just really took him down.
And Thunder Cure 4ing on the ropes here. Gonna fire off some Invis 2s. Chaos gives us a free round on Life Reboot screen with the Quad X. Katana swings, 4 hits, 192 damage, poison rolls through, and we're able to be okay with that. Masa, big hit there, 748. 7 hits for 488. Chaos here has a minimum of 1,000 HP, maximum of 4,000 HP. And we're putting in a lot of damage so far. And Thunder going with the cheeky zap strats. We ran out of stuff for Puff to do.
I want to marvel at the fact that the way that this seed laid out,
and
hour 13 in... Oh, I think you were just going to comment on the fact that he just finished.
Yeah, Life Reboot just takes it down with official time of 113 flat. So get those GGs in chat for Life Reboot, our first place finisher on stream and our first place finisher in this race.
GGs.
Life Reboot.
It's impressive. Yeah, it's impressive that he did it in that time, that he beat Thunder, who's one of our best players. Let's not kid ourselves about that. But I also want to just comment on the fact that all 4 of our on-stream runners are in Temple of Fiends at the same time, 3 of them within a floor of each other. This is a stomping seed right here.
Life Reboot taking down first place. GG's, man. How you doing? How you feeling?
Hello, GG, and thank you. I feel pretty good. I was really underperforming in this tournament, having a lot of rough seeds and routing issues other nights. This was my final one that I'm allowed, my 5th race. So I'm glad to take first place finally.
Well, GG's, dude. You definitely earned this one. And Thunder just got Quad X'd his Red Mage, and now Nuclear coming through, and we're looking for that crit loop that you were describing. We don't want a crit loop with Chaos locked into his skills, but 8 hits, 644 damage. Thunderclaw takes down Chaos and comes in with an official time of 1:14.23. He is our 3rd place finisher in the race. Ganon's Gone Wild finish off stream with a time of 1:14.03. Thunder has declined an interview. So, and it looks like Davis took a wipe. Oh boy.
Ouch.
So that feels bad. Life Reboot, you talked about sort of kind of struggling to find your footing with these flags and these races. So what differences did you make in this seed compared to your other 4 previous qualifiers?
That's difficult to say. It might just be the party comp and the spells where they fell, the early tail and katana. You know, really added some value to my thief. But yeah, I had a really rough start in this seed due to those blaze imps. I had consequently ended up watching that bridge cutscene like 3 or 4 times. I felt like super embarrassed about it. But the early ship and canal and Ruby just led me over to Sarda, and the floater was there, and you know, heading over to Crescent Lake, it just happened to be canoe. So at that point I felt if anyone's diving marsh early for the key item there, maybe I'm actually ahead now.
Yeah.
So I got maybe lucky with the early route and getting in the air. And like I said, the early katana with the early tail, I could promote immediately, you know, get everyone's spells and, you know, kind of swing that katana ASAP. I never saw exit, and warp was level 6.
Yeah.
So running was important this seed.
Yeah, you were the only runner to not go to Marsh early. So you were our first runner on stream into the air, like right around like the 10-minute mark. Thunder wasn't far behind you, but it's still it was like the 17, 18-minute mark. Other people were significantly later into the air, and I'm sure they're probably all kicking themselves now, but you did this. I mean, it's not just a matter of, Thunder drawing some bad RNG. You won this seed. You showed up, and I think the grind on the eyes, you go back and watch this pod, I'm asking you to leave that eye grind for
we were wondering about that.
I was like, please stop, go faster, life reboot.
That was that was honestly a question I wanted to talk about. Was there a specific, was there a reason you stopped at 28 for that? Did you have a number in mind, or were you just going until it felt right? You were the only person on stream to take a thief, which is something else that I really kind of want to know, what your incentive was there. But can you tell us about that whole thought process?
Yeah, so I've played a lot of these flag sets, and 27 is about the level where it's virtually a safe Topher. But there have been seeds that I played where 27 was not enough to push through Topher. So I just was like, okay, I'm going to commit to this. And I'm going to 1-for-1 Topher 100%. And I told myself, 28 should be fine. I'll get some more levels. I saw that war mech. I was tempted by it, but I was like, no, we've already done our grind. Let's just get away. And as for the thief, I really like the value of the run in these high encounter flag sets. So with the encounters as high as they are, I will take the thief a lot, and I think that it's a really safe party composition. No matter what kind of rolls at you, you can definitely push through. You're not always the fastest, especially if the white magic rolls a certain way and someone went fighter rainbow. But I've been liking the thief, and this one paid off.
Absolutely. You did you did really well. You looked comfortable the whole way. I mean, you say that you were embarrassed by the multiple Blaze Imp wipes, but you weren't our only runner to see those. We saw Davis also kind of struggling, kind of getting out of the early overworld encounter zones. Thunder had a difficult time in ordeals with going in there at an early level, and Sir Link-a-Lot, I think he just opened a little bit too many boxes, but sort of maybe some gear insecurity there. But you did really well, Life Reboot. I'm super stoked for you. That's first place in one of these races is never an easy feat, and you definitely earned it tonight. So GG's, buddy.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I opened some boxes, never found decent armor, but I remember the steel, and I never remember if steel or gold is better for the fighter. But
steel has higher absorb, but has that evasion penalty. Okay. A gold bracelet's basically the same as iron armor, and your steel's basically the same as ice or flame armor, but with a huge evade penalty.
Gotcha. I'm comfortable with that choice, and it worked out fine.
Yeah, we did see dragon armor for free in the Canarian Armory, so that was nice if you opened those boxes.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, here we go. Sir Link coming up on Kraken 2, and Dave is back onto Lich 2, so took an unfortunate wipe, cost him a significant amount of time. He did leave and go hunt down that ribbon, so I wonder if there was something nasty that he saw that I missed while we were calling those chaos fights that a ribbon would have protected against.
I'll be honest, I've been doing scorekeeping in the background.
That's fair. So Davis through Lich 2 once again. Sir Link taken on Kraken 2. Was there any moment, Life Reboot, where you were worried in Topher? We did see a couple of the fights that got down to 1 to 2 party members. What was your like panic threshold at for your Topher dive?
I think I felt fine. The levels that I had, the gear that I had, and fighter with fasted fighter with Massa and Ribbon and Life 2. I mean, you're gonna push through no matter what.
Yeah.
I really didn't fear much. It's just a matter of like I took a little more precautions on the chaos fight. Everything else I just fast attack, and the chaos fight I think I started casting Invis.
Yeah, you and Thunder were basically like hand holding once he entered Topher maybe like 1 to 2 minutes ahead of you, and you caught up to him pretty quickly after Kraken. Like he was fighting Kraken when you pulled Kraken, and you pulled Tia 2 like a fraction of a second before he did, and you were out of that fight before him. So that thief kind of gave you a little bit extra speed, because where he was hitting that high absorb Tia, you were able to kind of punch through with that katana and its crit rate. So
I see.
Definitely.
What was Thunder's party comp?
He ran the fighter Rainbow.
Gotcha.
Yep. And the Black Mage was handy, but really the good stuff was on those Red Mages today. With all the good early white magic falling their way, and we had fast, and we had
they were
I like
stacked.
Zap. We didn't see a whole lot of Zap usage from folks, but I would have been throwing that Zap around. But Tia 2, we're working it for Sir Link here, throwing out that white shirt that we dug up in the Mirage 1. And we're going to fight, we're going to cure 4. Little hit there from the Massa, 10 hits for 19 damage. Looks like we got a Vorpal. Missed where he found the Vorpal sword. But that's going to take it down, so Sir
One of
Link
the chests he checked.
Yeah. He's got some good stuff. He got Sun Sword in there. Not bad.
Yeah, I still feel like he checked a few too many chests, but
Yeah. But he's here.
he's in it.
Alright, Chaos. We're gonna fast. We're gonna throw out some Invis 2. Everybody's gonna do Invis 2. Zap comes out before the fast goes off. But we should have fast still on that red wizard. We get 2 shots of Invis 2. Yeah, we got 4 shots of fast. We're okay. Switch to fast. And we're going to swing. We're going to test out this Chaos Absorb. Quad X bounces off. And we're going to fast our... I hope that's the red mage with the Vorpal. Oh, but stop comes in. That's going to put a stop to our plans. Yep. 2 hits, 354. So not doing a whole lot of hits here, but we're getting through, so...
And it didn't look like Chaos had that much health.
Yeah. Gonna start using some sabers, get that red mage a little more activated. We gotta be a little bit scared now. Bane coming through.
Bane's here!
Bane!
Never not
Trying to bring the pain. Cherry. Alright, here for...
Oh my god, now I want to see Seinfeld, but Newman is played by Bane. I'm just saying.
Alright, we're gonna just swinging away here, trying to hack Chaos up into pieces. 4 hits, 356, 3 hits, 361.
Yep, that'll do it.
Sir Link-A-Lot will get it done here. And
he did also decline on interviews, so he's got other stuff going on right now. So, but GG's to him.
Yep, taken down 6th place with a 125.25. Coming in 4th off stream was Gouda, 632 with a 114.34. Jay Coper bringing in 5th with a 121.11. So get those GGs in chat for all of our off-screen runners as well. And Davis trying to take down Tia, trying to get his retribution for Topher. And I mean, we've saw Thunder and Life Reboot just blow the doors off this seed, getting like the sub 115 times. Ganon's Gone Wild also in that crew, and Gouda as well. But there's still like these flags. If you're out there watching this and you see the struggles that some of our runners have had, you can still see that despite everything that Topher's thrown at them, these are sub 90 flags. Like, if you're new to the game and you want to sort of play in sort of like a tournament competitive, quote unquote competitive flag set, these are the perfect way to get your feet wet. I can't help but feel like these flags can innately build confidence in a new runner. But Tia 2 could throw lit too and try to take Davis back to Canaria, but the Masa there with the Knight gets it done. Alright, here we go. Davis, we're crossing our fingers, hoping that he can get through this chaos in one go here. You hate to see more than one Topher wipe. You hate to see any Topher wipe, really, unless you're like a sadist. You want to see your runners struggle. But yeah, double checking the gear, always a safe bet to do. That's something I didn't used to do all the time, but we have one fast left. Let's throw some Invis 2s out there. Everybody playing a little bit safe. When you got 3 Invis 2 casters, why not? Get halfway to the evasion cap in one round. And Chaos, pretty good turn order so far. And those 3 evasion stacks allowed the Black Mage to stay alive, so... Alright, so we got one fast off, and here comes the damage poison. Here's Invis stack number 4. Invis stack number 5. Masa swing, 6 hits, 322. We're throwing out our own zap here, ineffective. Gonna throw out a lock 2. I think we're gonna cure for the Black Mage. And there's our 6th stack of Invis. All of our light warriors now only vulnerable to physical attacks if they are critical hits. And there's the zap. Spooky Scary takes the white mage and the red mage. And then the Quad X backs it up, so Chaos coming through with the hits with Zap and Quad X. And it's now Mono-y Chaos. But we're doing a decent amount of damage here. It's barring like a back-to-back nuke that we hadn't seen, because Chaos is pretty deep into a spell list. But 8 hits, 660 damage. Davis will take it down and finish in 7th place with official time 1:29:15. Get them GGs in chat for Davis. We're going to see if he wants to come here and talk to us.
With that out of the way, I do feel comfortable also saying that our last runner, Trenton GL, came in 8th place, got an official SRL time of, as I accidentally scrolled right past it, 1:34:53. Like, from start to finish, the entire pack was within 20 minutes of each other. This is just a crazy tight pack for very fast flags. GG's to everyone that raced in this. That is very impressive indeed.
Davis, GG's, buddy.
Thanks, Caleb.
I'm sorry that those Blaze Imps held you down in the beginning. I did miss what took you out of Topher the first time, so can you clarify what that was for us?
So, I feel like I should be encouraged by tonight, other than the 7th place finish, because I got wiped 3 times, and I guess I got wiped out of Topher, but was only like a minute behind the pack. Coming down the end. So, I just got that RNG. But yeah, what got me in Topher is I ran out of fades against Tia 2, and Invis and Fade were on the same slot, so I ran out of Invis 2 cast before I realized that Tia was just slap happy. And I wasted all of them on Kraken. So, what did she do? Oh, you know what it was? It was Zap. Zap hit my red mage and my fighter.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, if that didn't happen, it would have been different. But
Yeah, we saw you bounce out and go finish the fetch quest to get the ribbon. So
yeah.
I figured it was something that was ribbonable, you know.
Well,
but
like, honestly, it was more of like that decision was, you know, I'm gonna dive toe for the first time because nobody's finished yet, and like, there is a probability that I can win if I dive now. But you know, after the first pack already finished, it's one of those, now you have to not get bounced again, and the strategy changes. So I went and picked up a ribbon for that.
Yeah, I think if it had Zap Luck been the other way, and because I think you were in the middle of Tia 2 as Life Reboot and Thunder were walking to Chaos. So had that fight gone differently, yeah, you might have gotten like maybe fourth.
Yeah.
But like everybody, like Life Reboot, Thunder, Ganon's Gone Wild, Gouda, like they all just piled up on top of each other there at the like 113 to 115. So
yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, I feel like it's one of those races for me where, and I feel like this happens a lot when you calm my races. So I don't know if it's me or if it's you. Or I don't know.
Hey, I didn't roll this seed, Davis. All right, you can't put this on me.
But no, but like it's, you know, you can strategize so much and you can plan so much, but you know, certain times just RNG doesn't go in your favor. You know, I got blazed by those nuke imps, or the blaze imps, which was like, what? It ended up working in my favor because I was gonna waste time going back anyway. But it was really the ambush by the lobsters 5 steps in front of Kraken.
Yeah, that was
and
brutal.
I accidentally reset in the first minute of the game. So
yeah, we saw that too. Yeah, there was a. I thought it was a nerve reset. Chat pointed out the blaze imps.
Oh no, it was a nerve reset.
Yeah,
it was 100% because we were waiting. You know, I'm glad that we did, but I'm a normally anxious person, and having to wait a little bit longer, my brain fizzled out, and I hit reset. So it happens.
It happens, man. But you took it down. So is this qualifier number? What number of qualifiers is this for you right now?
I want to say it's either 3 or 4. I don't remember.
This is number 3 for you, DVS.
It is okay.
Look at the sheet, right?
I was watching mood math happening on that spreadsheet, trying to figure out how bad the standard deviation was going to go.
Greg's crazy mood math. Oh my god, I can't follow this.
But yeah, like again, like I think it was a tough seed. You know, I was kind of hoping for a lighter group of runners considering Fall League, but like, wow, this was a stacked, you know, some great runners, and yeah, I mean, I don't think I would have done anything differently other than maybe try to hit level 24 sooner, but yeah, sometimes rando's got a rando, and it happens.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll pass it to final thoughts. Life Reboot, our first place finisher tonight. What are your final thoughts, man?
GG to Davis and all the other runners. Thanks very much, Dark Moon, Caleb for commentary, Shadowed Flames for tracking. I've been part of this community for almost a year now, and I've been really happy to have joined it. I'm having a lot of fun, learning a lot, and really every day, you know, everyone's here helping out new players, and also available to race just in pickup games. It's very fun. Caleb and I play probably, 3 times a week, and it's been great. It's been great fun. If you like what you see, please come and join us.
Absolutely. Always looking for more people to race our silly flags with us that aren't when we're just doing Fall League or SGLIVE practice. But yep, you can find a link to the Discord there on FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. Davis, our final on-stream finisher, but not last in our hearts.
Aww.
Final thoughts, buddy.
Aww. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of echo what Light Reboot said. You know, we joined around the same time with that, you know, Duckling Derby a couple months ago, and we're having another boot camp in a couple weeks, so that's going to be a great time to, if you're just wanting to try it out, that's a great time to do it. And yeah, I talked enough. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah. Super hyped for the next Duck Derby. It's going to be a lot of fun. But with that being said, thank you both for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you, Shadow Flames, for doing the track and behind the scenes. SpeedGaming for putting on this event for us. Dark Moon, you want to bring us home, buddy? I know you're doing math stuff.
I'm just watching Greg DeVos in the background while I try to adjust what he does. If you like what you saw, please come join us on FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. You can find the links for the Discord and the Development Discord right there on that website. Plus, of course, you can go there and play the game and see what this game is all about. As questions in chat did point out, you don't have to play more vanilla like we had right here. We were doing no loose with key items in the original key item locations, basically from the vanilla game. You can go as crazy or as not crazy as you want. It is a fun time any way you want to play it. Join the community, be a part of everything we have going on here, of course, and then see what else we have going on. We have this SpeedGaming Live qualifiers. We got 4 more of those coming up after this, leading into SpeedGaming Live itself, starting on November 7th right there. Plus, we have the Fall League going on, as they alluded to. We have the Duck Derby coming up afterwards. Another great time for all of our new players to train up, get ready to go, and then race among their fellow Ducklings to see who will be the Duckling Supreme, all of which then leads into whatever we have going on for January, February, wintertime. Right now, I hear plans for a double anti-bingo tournament, the first one we've ever done. We'll see if that gets off the ground. Meanwhile, I want to thank my co-commentator, Caleb. Rafe Hates Caleb here on Twitch. Do you want to follow him? Make sure you follow our runners, Sir Linkalot, DVS7, Thunderclawed, and Life Reboot, and make sure to follow our tracker as well. Shadowed Flames working so diligently in the background, giving us all the tracking and the notes to make sure we sounded halfway professional the entire time we were working here. From myself, DarkMedia in the booth, and Caleb as well, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this randomizer tournament in the audience as a player. Hopefully going to be there at the tournament as well. And from all of us at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, I want to say thank you, and we will see you next time.